What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Friday, November 25th. And be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who are your favorite plays for today's slate. What do you have your eye on? And finally, I got to give a shout out to BetMGM, the sponsor of this video. There is a link in the description of this video. Click it, head on over to BetMGM. Now, you got to be in a legal betting state. You got to be new to BetMGM. But if you do those things and put $10 down on any one of the World Cup teams, my recommendation to you guys today, put down $10 on the United States if you want. That'll work. As long as someone scores a goal. Doesn't even have to be for the US or for England. As long as there is a goal in the World Cup, you will get $200 in free bets. You should just want to do that. $200 in free bets is a great deal. Now, rounding out the bottom of my top 10, DeJounte Murray, Justice Winslow, Al Horford, Caleb Martin, and Jose Alvarado. That is a random group of 5 guys. Jose Alvarado on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to John Collins. Power forward, center eligible, 5,600. Projected for 31, the goal is 38. He's in the optimal lineup 16% of the time. 32 minutes here for Collins, 0.95 fantasy points per minute. He hasn't been great this season, but the price is falling and falling and falling. And if it keeps falling, John Collins is just going to blow it out of the water one day. 16% usage. He's just not involved offensively, which is weird considering he is an all-offense player. 14 points, 9 boards, an assist, maybe 2 stocks. You get a pace-neutral matchup, but it should be very fast. And it's a great defensive matchup because he gets to take on the Houston Rockets, and they are not very good. They are 7.5-point favorites in Houston today. So get yourself some Atlanta Hawks. In particular, get yourself some John Collins. Next up at number 4, we're looking at Jalen Green, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 6,900. Projected for 37. The goal is 44. He's in the optimal lineup 16% of the time. This is the same sort of situation we just had for John Collins in that this matchup itself is incredibly quick. 36 minutes, though, for Jalen Green. Why he's really interesting? Alperen Şengün is doubtful. That increases the usage for some of these ball handlers. So I've got Jalen Green as a fantasy point per minute guy in this spot. 27% usage, 25 real points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I'm rounding up there. Maybe you get a steal, but you do get 1.8 possessions over your average. This is just a faster matchup for Houston. If it stays competitive, I think a lot of that's going to have to do with Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr., who both see usage bumps with no Şengün. And that's why you see Jalen Green here at number 4. At number 3, we go to Golden State for KLAY Thompson. Shooting guard, small forward eligible, 6K. Projected for 33. The goal is 40. He's in the optimal lineup 16% of the time. We saw KLAY snap out of a bit of a slump a couple games ago. I got him in for 33 minutes here. He's around a fantasy point per minute guy. It's an excellent spot against the Utah Jazz. They do gain a possession over their average, so it's a bit of a pace up spot for Golden State, but 26% usage for KLAY, 22 real points. I mean, he's never going to stop shooting. There's just going to be days where he drains a ton of threes and becomes necessary. 4 boards, 2.5 assists. Maybe you get a stock or 2. That'll all look good. It's all about scoring for KLAY, but you get flexibility. Shooting guard, small forward, 6K. KLAY Thompson works no matter what kind of build you're putting together. Back to the Houston Rockets at number 2 for Kevin Porter, and everything that I said for Jalen Green is basically the same, including the optimal percentage. Point guard eligibility for Porter, 7,900, projected for 42. The goal is 49. He's in the optimal lineup 16% of the time. That's 35 minutes for KPJ. 1.2 fantasy points per minute. Massive usage bump here with no Şengün. 28% is where I'm going for KPJ. 23 real points, 6 boards, 7 assists. That's a hell of a stat line. They might be terrible defensively, but on offense, KPJ with a 28% usage rate, that's really interesting in DFS. Plus 1.8 stocks. So, we're talking 2 pretty regularly, maybe a couple more if you can. Pace up against Atlanta. I just like focusing on the Hawks and the Rockets. I like targeting the game in general, but KPJ at 2, Jalen Green at 4, John Collins at 5. It's just fantastic. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. You got to follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then please go sign up at BetMGM using that link in the description. Your number one contender for today is pretty easy. It's Colin Sexton. Shooting guard eligible, 4,700. Projected for 33. The goal is 33, and he's in the optimal lineup 21% of the time. We saw Sexton step into the starting lineup their last time out with Mike Conley injured. So if that's the case, 32 minutes at a minimum for Sexton. He's a fantasy point per minute guy in a massive pace up spot against Golden State. They gained 2.5 possessions over their average. It's 25% usage for Colin Sexton, 21 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, and a steal. Look, he is just not priced to be the starting point guard for the Jazz right now. Or if you want to call him the starting 2 guard, that's fine. Either way, we can quibble about him and Clarkson. What we know is this. He's priced to play 24 minutes. He's actually going to play 32 plus. Colin Sexton is the best play today. Probably won't change no matter what news we get. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Friday, November 25th. DraftKings version is around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again Sunday morning for another edition of the Contenders. I had no idea what today was.